Hi there, this is Angela. I am doing a general forecast for the week of March 20th through the 26th. Cards have been shuffled, probably for about 5 minutes or so off camera. And we're going to see what's in store for us this week. Okay. All right, so our starting point right now is I pulled this card called Laziness. It's a good card. It doesn't mean we're lazy. It means we've worked real hard to get to this space we're in right now. Maybe you've made an extra effort in the recent past to get a project accomplished, or complete a task, or get to another level in your relationships, or something of that nature. And this is telling us, we've gotten a lot done. It's not really time to rest on our laurels yet. We still have work to do. Can take a little short breath, but we're ready to go forward again. And that comes, it's funny how the underlying energy is slowing down. So the underlying energy to this point in time of sort of making it to the next tier of where you wanted to be, or accomplishing whatever you wanted to accomplish, was the energy behind it was kind of saying, you need to slow it down. You need to kind of complete all your details out before you press ahead. So it's a good combination of cards, because it tells us to sort of take a deep breath. And on the outside of that energy is this card called Completion. And so this is the end of a cycle. So definitely that's where we are now, the end of a cycle. And if you notice the puzzle piece on this figure, the last piece to go into place is where the third eye is. So we're at a place where, we were pushing to get something done. We wanted to make sure to pace ourselves so that we didn't wipe ourselves out, and sort of overshoot ourselves. We want to make sure we get everything done with the right pace. And now that we're here, it's like, okay, we're realizing, okay, we've completed this phase. We've completed our task. We've completed, the effort that we set out to accomplish. And that's where we are right now as the week starts. So it's a good time to sort of reflect, maybe in your meditation, say some gratitude for, another week behind your belt, another period of time finished up. And the week ahead now, we want to start out. This is the moment to moment card. It's a great card. This figure is walking along the river, stepping from stone to stone, and not really paying attention, not really bothering to look down to see where the next stone's coming from, because he just knows it'll appear. If he's patient and if he stays in each moment, the next step will unfold. So this is all making sense. It's making sense for me in my personal life. I'm hoping it's making sense for you too. Getting through this effort, getting to a point of completion, and now it's time to sort of say, okay, let's see what comes next, instead of asserting yourself forward. This is kind of letting you remember that life will unfold for you if you just take each moment. The underlying energy there is the rebel. This tells us not that we're rebellious, but that we strive to be our true selves, even if it's against the quote-unquote norms of our group or of our society or our family. Or it's saying be your authentic self no matter what, and look forward to, oh boy, this might be a little bit of a rough week here. I got pulled this mind card. I think I told you last week, this card's been being pulled a lot, I think, at least in my readings. I think a lot of us may still live up in our heads too much and not really just drop down into our heart and allow our lives to create. allow the creation to happen. I think a lot of us, a lot of the times when we have stress, it's because our mind is telling us stories that, it's just making them up, because when our mind's at work, we're not in our reality. We're not here in this moment to moment. When our mind is, taking us away. Now, our minds are a very useful tool, but if we're in our heart more and in acceptance more of what's around us, we will avoid a lot of stress. Using our mind too much creates stress, for sure. So that's something to look forward to be cautious of this week, as it starts to, maybe if your stress starts building up during the week, remember to just drop back into your heart, who you really are, and allow life to happen instead of worrying about things that, your mind's telling you, what if this happened and what if that happened and I have to do this and I have to do that. Well, that's not the moment that we're living in. That's not life. That's all the stories you're telling yourself. So that's what we've got. We've come to a good point of fulfillment or completion, and we're ready to go forward as long as we're cautious to stay in the moment, follow our hearts. Don't let our minds go too crazy. Okay, if you want to visit me online and schedule a reading in person, or I can also deliver you a little video like this with a reading if you ask me a question. You can visit me on my website. It's livingchronicjoy.com. And the link is also in my bio here on YouTube. All right, I hope you all have a good week. Stay true to your hearts and try to take deep breaths. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.